from the wrong people, the people that are the negative nannies, the people that pull us down. If you have to, and you struggle with removing them from your life, you have to decide what's more important, my life, my future, or just appeasing the other person. And sometimes it's a very difficult thing to have to do, but you have to make that decision if it's time to disconnect from people that don't encourage you or support you. Our mindset shapes our actions, our decisions, and our overall approach to business. It is a fundamental factor in our success. Our beliefs and attitudes and thoughts play a significant role in influencing our behavior and responses to the challenges. So I have 6 examples of mindsets and how they impact our actions and our reactions. The first mindset is a growth mindset versus a fixed mindset. Now, a growth mindset is the type where you believe that you have the ability and the intelligence, and you believe that you're growing and developing those skills and the intelligence by taking the training, doing the training, and putting into action what you are learning, then believing that you can do that. Now, a fixed mindset is believing that abilities and intelligence are static traits. So, if you have your journal and you brought your notebook with you, you might want to write down and ask yourself, think about, do I have a growth mindset or do I have a fixed mindset? And the next one is self-efficacy. And I looked up the definition for efficacy. And self-efficacy refers to an individual's belief in his or her capacity to execute behaviors necessary to produce specific performance attainments. So in this perspective, entrepreneurial self-efficacy can include objective beliefs, meaning the ability to access or assess whether an individual can successfully engage in activities and control beliefs, implying the capacity to manage negative and positive thoughts while pursuing goals. So what that means is, as an entrepreneur, do you feel that you can be successful in recognizing when you have that paradigm, that false belief, that one thing that holds you back, and figure out a way to crush it and turn it around? And sometimes it takes a lot of practice, but the number one thing that it does take is awareness. And you have to choose, do I want to choose to be aware of what's going on around me, aware of the way that I react in a certain situation, aware of how I feel when someone speaks to me in a negative manner, when someone puts a comment in my content that doesn't feel good. Do I want to choose to notice how I'm reacting and feeling? And I have to say, I hope you're answering yes to that question, because it's very important that you know that you need to understand how you feel and what's making you feel the way you feel, so that you know that you have the power to choose to accept that emotional connection or turn it around. And so I don't know, I know Marcy's here, if she's got any thoughts or anything that may have popped up that she wants to ask about, you're welcome to do that, Marcy, at any time. Because this stuff is pretty deep. And then you also need to understand the 2 different types of self-efficacy. One is high self-efficacy, which means believing in your ability to achieve specific goals and tasks. So if we were talking a little bit earlier about setting goals in our business, and we're at the last quarter of the year, And how many of us have not met our goals for the quarter, let alone last quarter, let alone for the end of the year? Do you have enough time in 3 months to make up what you missed the first 3 quarters of the year? If not, a high self-efficacy person would probably go back, look at what they've done for the year so far, and redo our goals and bring the goals back into alignment with the past experience, and just make sure that we've got just a higher goal to reach that new goal that we're setting for the end of the year, if the goal that we've reached is a great distance from the desired goal, so that you don't make yourself feel like, I don't even know why I set a goal for the year. I didn't even come close to it. Or I don't even know why I set a goal for the year. I didn't even get halfway to it. You don't want to do that. You want to be able to set your goal to something that you can reach, and then set it a little bit higher, just to give yourself that energy to say, I've got to challenge myself to be able to end the year on a very high positive note, but also remind yourself you have to celebrate yourself for what you have achieved. And then the low self-efficacy is doubting your capability to accomplish the goal. So you have to look at yourself and say, okay, what's my mental attitude? Do I doubt that I'm not going to be able to create a goal that I can reach? And you have to, it's just a matter sometimes of changing your words, changing your thought from, I'm going to set a goal that is so ridiculously high that I know I'm not ever going to be able to reach it. Well, why would you do that? So you want to make sure that you are aware of what you're thinking of, so that you can take control. And the impact of a high self-efficacy individuals is where they are more likely to set an ambitious goal, work persistently, and bounce back from failures. That's what you want to have. A low self-efficacy person would tend to lead into avoidance of a challenge and a lack of motivation to pursue the goals. So again, it's like setting goals, and you go, I'm going to set this goal. I don't want to set too big of a goal because blah, blah, blah. Challenge yourself. Be high in self-efficacy, because you have the ability, you have the skill to reach a good goal. So set yourself up for that challenge and you will be successful. And the third one is optimism versus pessimism. So optimism is having a positive outlook and expecting favorable outcomes. Pessimism is expecting negative outcomes and dwelling on the problems. So you always want to be in a positive mental attitude, a positive state of mind. But the only way that you can do that is to be aware of what you're thinking and dissect it and ask yourself, is that a positive thought or is that a negative thought? Does it feel good or does it kind of feel icky? So if it feels kind of icky, it's probably a negative thought. And then you go, well, I'm going to turn it around into a positive one. And the impact is the optimistic individual tends to approach challenges with resilience and creativity, looking for solutions even in the difficult situations, whereas the pessimist will lead to a defeatist attitude, making it harder to overcome obstacles. And then number 4, we have self-belief and self-confidence. So if you have high self-belief, you believe in your abilities and you have the confidence in your decision. But low self-belief is you doubt yourself and you're feeling insecure. And I know sometimes we can look back at the beginning days of when we decided to become an entrepreneur and start to build our business. We all probably had those doubting times when we first started. But because you are at a higher level right now and you look back, hopefully you can see where you might still have a little bit of doubt about your ability, but you have to celebrate yourself from where you were to where you are now and just recognize that You've got this, and be your best cheerleader. So the impact is a high self-belief and self-confidence can lead to taking calculated risks, asserting oneself in challenging situations, and being more persuasive. Whereas the low self-belief person would result in having hesitant moments, have a difficult time making decisions, and miss opportunities. And number 5 is locus of control. The internal locus of control is believing that you have control over your actions and outcomes. And the external locus of control is believing that external factors or luck controls your life. Now, I don't know about you, but I certainly don't want to live a life of luck, a life of, well, I sure hope I can do it. I want to live a life of, I can do it, I will do it, and I'll take the action steps to get it done. And the impact is those with an internal locus of control tend to take responsibility for their actions and strive to influence their circumstances positively, whereas those with an external locus of control feel powerless and they don't take proactive steps to overcome the challenges. Because as an entrepreneur, you're going to be suffering from challenges. It's just a given. It's just part of the decision to be an entrepreneur. It goes along with it. You cannot do it without having challenges. And it's what you choose to do during those challenging times that make you or break you. And then number 6 is resilience, which is the ability to bounce back from adversity and maintain a positive outlook. The impact of resilience is is influenced by one's attitude and belief in your own ability to adapt to challenges. And individuals with greater resilience are better equipped to navigate setbacks and maintain their motivation. Now, these beliefs, attitudes, and thoughts are not fixed, and they can be developed and nurtured over time. As a matter of fact, they should be developed, and we should be nurturing these all the time, every day, as we become better and better at what we do. By encouraging a positive and growth-oriented mindset, we develop within ourselves a powerful tool for us to be seeking and to overcome challenges and to achieve success in all aspects of our lives, not just in our business life. So having the right mindset is a powerful driver of success. It enables individuals to overcome obstacles, stay motivated, and adapt to changing circumstances. Now, there are multiple mindset challenges for direct sales reps as well as network marketers. And I'm going to list the 10 items, the 10 qualities of the, how do I say it? The challenges that we suffer from or have to face or need to learn how to deal with them. The first one is fear of rejection. Now, if you've got a piece of paper or a notebook and you're writing these down, you might want to write these down as I list them and then maybe put a star next to the ones that you know you are affected by and that you know you need to do a little bit more work on. So the first one is fear of rejection. The second one is self-doubt. The third one is handling objections. The fourth one is maintaining motivation. Number 5 is managing time and priorities. And the sixth one is dealing with competition. The 7th is handling sales slump. Let's see, Carlos is coming. And the 8th one is building resilience. And the ninth one is balancing personal and professional life. And the 10th one is handling rejection from friends and family. Now, addressing these mindset challenges is essential for the success of a direct sales rep or a network marketer. And providing training, support, and strategies to cope with these challenges can help us to develop a resilient and a positive mindset that empowers us to overcome obstacles and to thrive in our roles. And I'm offering you the opportunity for you to join us in our weekly mastermind sessions where we meet weekly and we go through and discuss the challenges, the things that are putting us down, holding us back, or just get that encouragement that we need from other members in the mastermind group. And the price of the mastermind accountability membership is only $25 a month. And I will put the link in the chat for those of you that would like to register and join us. We meet right now on Tuesdays at 4:15 in the afternoon Eastern time. As of right now, that's the time that we're meeting. Now, as this group grows, and if that's not a good time for the members, who's to say that I will not start a second group at a more pleasing time period for other members to come and join with us. So if you're interested in joining us in the mastermind accountability group, here's the link for you guys. You can click on it and get registered, and it'll get you the link over into the Facebook group where we meet. We meet on Zoom, and the meeting actually is going to be, I always stream it into the Facebook group. So if sometimes you can't come, you can come into the Facebook group and catch the replay if there's homework or things that I've asked you guys to do to help you. You create a post in the Facebook group and do the work so you're being held accountable. And I also will be streaming the coachathons into that mastermind group. So as a member of the mastermind group, you will be receiving the opportunity to go into the group and watch a replay of these monthly meetings if you can't attend live. So I've decided I'm no longer going to be sending out emails with the replay in it because nobody's watching the emails, nobody's watching the replay. So if you can't be here live and you can't join the mastermind group, I'm sorry. And I am producing content for the Facebook group since I changed the name of it, and we are focusing strongly on mindset in the Facebook group. I'm hoping that you will find some quality content in there to help you, and make sure that you're active in that Facebook group, providing questions or concerns or things that you want me to work on to help you so that I can create content that serves you, because I am here to serve you guys. I'm not here for me, I'm here for you all. And I will drop the link to the Facebook group as well in the chat for, I think, everybody that's here. I'm not sure if Carlos is a member of the group yet. I know he registered for the coachathon, but he certainly is welcome to join the Facebook group as well and have access to the content that's in the Facebook group. So, and thank you guys for being here tonight. And Carlos is in Australia, so I don't know how many of you realize this, but Carlos is actually in tomorrow. Yeah, and that's fine, Carlos. If you can't turn your camera on, that's fine. I appreciate you. But we start at 7:15 p.m. Eastern time. It's now 8:02 p.m. Eastern time. And we look forward to being able to have you here next month, the first Tuesday of November. So I'm just going to go over the list of the content that I've decided we will be producing on our monthly series. So for November, we're in the last quarter of the year. So next month, November, we're going to be talking about setting SMART goals for your online business. And then again, we will be digging deeper every week in the mastermind on that process. So if you've struggled with setting your SMART goals, or you've struggled with achieving your goals for the year, the quarter, or the month, or whatever you do, I highly recommend that you attend next month's Coach-a-thon. December, we're going to talk about overcoming self-doubt, where we'll be conquering self-doubt and building confidence. We'll learn how to address that self-doubt and its impact on business and success. And hopefully I will be able to share some strategies for boosting your self-confidence and your self-esteem. And I would encourage the attendees to come with some positive affirmations that they can put together, that they will be able to share with others in the Coach-a-thon. And then for January, we'll be looking at effective time management. And many people struggle with managing their time. We all have the same amount of time in our life, but the attitude that we have about our time sometimes can really help us to have a better flow with the use of our time. And I'll be providing some management techniques and some tools as well. And I will be looking forward to the members in the group to be creating weekly schedules that will help them to manage their time. And then in February, we're going to look at embracing challenges as learning opportunities, where we turn setbacks into success. And we'll talk about your growth mindset and its role in your resilience and how you choose to handle challenges. And then in March, we're going to be looking at handling rejection and criticism. Dealing with rejection and navigating that criticism as a direct sales rep or a network marketer sometimes can help us feel defeated at the end of the day. And so we're going to be showing you some good mindset techniques and some tools that you can use to help keep you in a positive mental attitude. And then in April, we're going to look at building resilience, where developing resilience in your business journey is really key. And we can deep dive into resilience building exercises and techniques and explore the concept of bouncing back from adversity. And you all know I'm not the guru on it, but I've had 2 years of bouncing back, and can share some of the things that I've learned over the past 2 years in my situation. And then in May, we're going to look at the power of positive visualization and some visualization techniques that you can use to practice visualizing in a positive manner and visualizing success for achievement. It's very critical that we learn how to do that, because we don't really, when we talk, we speak words, but when people speak words to us and we hear them, we're creating a picture in our mind from those words. So we have to recognize that we're already creating that video in our head. Why not pay attention to it and be purposeful in creating that video? And then in June, we're going to look at overcoming procrastination. And I know many of you have attended my procrastination masterclass, and I have created a learning to make procrastination your friend. I have a video course that I've created, but we're going to be looking at breaking free from procrastination habits and address some common reasons for it and some strategies to overcome it. And we're going to be looking at you creating a procrastination busting action plan. And then in July, we're going to look at cultivating a growth mindset where adopting a growth mindset for continuous improvement is critical. It's key. We're going to define the growth mindset and its role in personal development. We'll share examples of how a growth mindset benefits businesses. And we'll have you identify areas where you can apply a growth mindset in your life and in your business. And then in August, we're looking at networking and building relationships. Now, personally, I have talked about networking with everyone over the last year or so. I've even done some demonstrations or some training on networking through Alignable and other platforms, but we have to have a networking strategy for business growth. And if you're not networking now, when are you going to start? So we'll discuss the importance of networking in direct sales and network marketing, and we'll share tips for effective networking and relationship building. And I'll be encouraging you to attend industry-related events for networking. And then finally, in September of next year, we'll be celebrating achievements and future planning. We'll be reflecting on the journey of the Coach-a-thon for the last 12 months, and we'll be planning for the future and reflect on what we've learned over the past 12 months and help each one of you to take a look at maybe creating a vision board for your future, and maybe even creating a vision board for your mindset. A vision board isn't just necessarily creating a picture of what I want my life to look like, but what about my mindset and how I can improve my mindset to make those things happen in my business and in my life. But through each session, we'll be providing opportunities for open discussion, for sharing your experiences, and I'll be encouraging each of you to support each other and hold yourself accountable for implementing mindset changes. That's the number one thing that happens in our mastermind accountability membership group. And I'm hoping to look forward to seeing some of you get registered and joining us in our future sessions for our mastermind. So was there any questions, Marcy, or anything that you wanted a little more clarity on, or something you maybe was reminded of that I need to put down as something to be focusing on in the future? And Carlos, if you had anything, you can come off mic maybe and let me know. Marcy says nope, she's good. Okay, alrighty. You can put it in the chat if you can't come off mic, Carlos. No, okay. All right, well, I am going to go then, and I thank you guys so much for being here with me tonight. It's always an honor to sit in front of you and present content and help encourage you to become a better entrepreneur, better human being, and just be a part of my life. It's an honor to have you here. So thank you guys for being here, and I will see you next month. If I don't see you before, check out the Facebook group. Okay? Bye for now. Mwah.